3, 2, 1, go. Hello, everybody. It's the SBC podcast with a very special guest today on a very special episode. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, it's me, Asterios Kokkinos. I'm back. Remember me from that picture where I had the hat and the cool, remember that cool drawing? It's me.
He's back.
He's here. It's the world famous Asterios Kokkinos of the loudest podcast fame. So this is interesting. This is his second appearance on the SBC podcast. The first of which I don't believe any of us except for Roast Fellow here were present on.
Yeah, I was the only one on that episode.
So is this a totally different podcast? What the hell?
Well,
yeah, it's a completely different one, yeah.
There's quite a few, yeah. So I'll actually go ahead and cue us all in. Obviously, first off, we have me, Ronan, who I assume you know because I was on your show.
Damn right.
And we have Roast Fellow, who I believe you know as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and say hi to the viewers at home.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm
Yippee!
We also have iconic Toy Story Woody fan, Ding Dong Campy 3, SBC
Hi,
mainstay. Yeah.
Hi, it's Ding Dong 53.
This is his return.
Yeah, it's my iconic return to the podcast. I haven't been on in a while because I've been doing something. I'm holding my cat right now because she's biting me and being evil. Yeah.
See,
So
that's actually a lot of fun.
Meow. She went meow.
Yeah, that is genuinely a ton of fun. And our last member, we have Instagram user @HamWallet.
Hi there.
Hi there, Wiggles butt.
I just like the name Ham. I've always liked the name Ham Wallet.
It's a great
Every
name.
time I see it, it tickles me.
Yeah, it's just kind of beautiful. It's a little wonderful.
Wait. Does he know what that means?
I do not. Oh,
I hope
no.
not.
Is that someone's asshole or something?
Not exactly.
I think it's a vagina. I think it's what it's
It's the part where
Like it
Ham
less.
explains the backstory of his name.
Yeah, let's hear the
No.
backstory of your name.
Yeah, explain it.
My backstory? It's
Yep,
a
your name.
lyric in a it's a lyric in a Bloodhound Gang song.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh yeah, they go poking eyes the whoopee stick in the ham wallet.
Wait, is someone like hide drugs? I hid a bunch of drugs in my ham wallet. Like, is that what? Is it like your prison wallet?
No.
It's like an opposite
By the
prison
way,
wallet.
It's not a wallet you want to get picked. Like
That's-
of any pocket. That's the
Exactly.
least.
That's a
pickable.
much cooler explanation.
Yeah, I would like it
Like,
more
Yeah,
if it was a
actually,
prison
I think
wallet.
I think I might use this instead.
What? Prison? Your new name's Prison Wallet?
Yeah,
The prison wallet.
I have some nice prison tattoos and a wife beater.
God, I
Dude,
want
you
to
look
see you with
amazing
prison
with
tattoos like so much. Ham, I'm imagining you with like a single tear on the right side of your eye, and like your
No.
gang sides.
That would truly be the moment that Ham Wallet became Olby.
Yeah,
I
Your
would
evil
love.
counterpart.
I would
Opie.
love to see Ham with
Dude, do I
like.
have to explain Olby too?
No.
Yeah, I don't even get the old
Actually,
thing.
can you send
Even I don't get
Asterios
it.
the picture and then explain it first? Because I think that
Oh,
will be the funniest way to do
God.
it.
Yeah, I think I have to find it first.
Actually, here, while you're doing that, I want to explain my perspective of it. So, Ham here has this one photo of himself that he sends sometimes to our group chat, and it's of him with one of those filters on, so it just looks like he has no eyebrows, and he's doing the most slack-jawed, moronic expression ever. And every time I see the picture, it just fills me with sheer rage, and it's like indescribable, and I just get so angry. So we've dubbed that photo as its own persona, and we call him Olby, and he's Ham Wallet's evil
Yeah, it's my
brother now.
it's my twin brother. He's not even evil. People just want
Oh, he's evil. Look at him.
I thought we
Look at him.
already
He's not evil.
explained that he
He's-
was evil.
He's
People just want
evil.
him dead because he's ugly.
No,
rude.
he's evil in like that one Simpsons. Wasn't that like a Treehouse of Horror where they have Bart in the attic, but he's like evil Bart. He's like the twin one that's like ugly and like
Yeah.
fucked up looking. That's
And
what.
then
That's
Bart-
like
the
and then
hairless-
Bart was
the
the
hairless
evil one
twin
the whole
from-
time.
The hairless twin from Family Guy.
Yeah, it's just like me and Olby. I'm the evil one.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Olby is like vile looking, so.
he is
I'm
kind of
looking for
violent.
this picture.
Well, he
So
hasn't
he-
sent it yet. He hasn't sent it yet.
Yeah.
What
He's-
you, I
we gotta
gotta
send
see
it.
this. I'm
he needs
so
to hurry his little
excited.
fanny up. He's got to hurry his little fanny up. I was in the
All
train
right,
earlier.
this is the best I could do. Is this photo of it? It's right there.
For YouTube listeners, that will be on the screen. For Spotify listeners, where should we put this? On the SBC podcast Instagram.
I don't know.
We'll pin
Just
it.
like,
We'll pin it
just
at the
like,
front.
Should
just
this
like
be the
download a
thumbnail
bunch
for
of
the
files
episode?
and like it'll be one of them.
Yeah.
Um,
So I actually have not gotten around to listening to y'all's episode you did with Asterios yet, but I'm assuming y'all talked about the Nathen Mazri Discord
oh, are you talking
stuff?
about the one where I went on loudest?
Yes.
Oh yeah. That was all about the Nathen Mazri fiasco. Speaking of which, I think we actually have had a more recent development since that episode. If you're still down
Really?
to talk Nathan smack.
Are you kidding me? Look, I try to limit the Nathan talk on my show because it's like, look, every
'Cause
episode could be about this guy.
Yeah,
He's so
you could go on
insane.
all day.
Yeah, it's like,
He's
you know,
so
I try not
cool.
to overdo it, but I want to hear about it on your show.
Well, so I think when I came on, all of our talking points revolved around his Discord, and that's still true for this one because
Yeah, there's another little character on that who, my girlfriend was also on that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume you know that it like got like destroyed and imploded, right?
Your relationship?
no, his Discord.
Terrible. What
Oh,
can't
wow.
Nathen Mazri ruin? No, I mean, I heard someone tell me that the Nathen Mazri, the official Natefield Discord, was deleted, and I don't know why that's
might
funny
be
to me.
that
but
might
it's
be an
funny to me.
understatement. It
Yeah,
did
that's
not
right.
delete.
A bit of
it
an understatement.
exploded.
Oh my god, that
It
was such a fun
crumbled.
night.
It
So,
That was
like,
so
let's start
fun.
from the top. The
What a
reason
hero.
Hamwalt brought up his girlfriend is she was another admin in there. And we just got to the point where we just kind of lost interest, just got bored.
Yeah.
And I guess she was the first one to do it. She went into the Discord settings, because, you can adjust perms for different ranks in the server.
Yes.
There's a surefire way to destroy any Discord server is go to the perms, go to everyone's perms, and just enable admin for everybody.
That's fantastic. It's
So
just like
you
tossing
had-
a
That is
big
what
bag
she
of
did.
guns
You
in the room
had-
and just go nuts.
No, it is quite literally pulling a sack of just handguns out and just handing them out to everybody and saying "Go wild," because literally you have a server full of how many people were in there? Like 300 people?
There's about 300.
Around 300 people in there. Pretty much all of whom are not on Nathan's side.
What?
All from
No way.
different. No way, that's unbelievable. All from different sides. So how we mentioned there was a bit of a turf war in the Nathfield Discord over who was trying to stay on Nathan's good side and so on and so forth.
Yes, I do.
You don't wanna be
So
on his bad
you
side,
gave
do
all
you?
of those people who are essentially in a gang war guns. And so literally we get on there and it is fucking chaos.
Yeah,
Like,
immediately
it is,
I get a message before everything goes down, and it's my girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I just gave everyone admin privileges. You can go nuts."
everyone.
I was like, "All right, guys, this is it."
Avengers Assemble.
It's literally
This
our
is
Avengers
it.
Assemble moment. And so we all hop on and we're all just like, okay, we're on it. Where gets the ticking clock here? We don't know how much time we have till anybody else figures this out. The other admins might try to shut this down. Nathan might catch wind. And obviously, we have a ravenous army of hungry internet trolls with limitless power in this server. So we have to hold the line because it got pretty crazy later on, where it's basically sort of turned into a turf war where people kept making and deleting channels to try and sort of dominate the server.
Excellent.
So there
Yeah,
were
it got scary
various
at that point.
factions at certain points. So obviously you have your group of typical unfunny people who just spam the slurs, made the chat slurs. But you had people going in. We went in and we changed the rules. And I can't remember. Everyone just started changing the rules in the rules channel, just adding bullshit rules. I'm trying to remember what some of them were. But my favorite, my personal highlight of the night was I got to a point where I changed my name on the server and my profile picture to Nathan. And basically just started masquerading as a fake Nathan.
And people eventually were like, "Oh, this is the true Nathan."
You had people on
This is
there
the
who
true
just
Nathan and rallying behind
straight up
him.
couldn't tell that I was the real Nathan. Or there are people who are like, "You're a fake Nathan," and then you had other people who were just Hey, at that point, I'd just been accepted as the real Nathan, and I was just going around being like, "It's me, Nathen Mazri. I love the trans community. I love the LGBT community," and just going around and just trying to rally as much support to our side as possible before the server exploded.
I have to say, I just love that this happened. Like, I heard that when the server went to hell, Nathan was in the middle of some licensing meeting at Fox.
That is the
I remember
craziest.
hearing
That is
that,
the
yeah.
craziest part of all that. I was gonna get to Nathan's actual response.
Oh my God,
to
he
all
was
this.
so angry.
Oh, take your time. I don't want to rush you.
So funny, because basically what happened is Nathan was in, I think, LA, meeting up with some talent representative or agent of some kind. And he made a story post on IG about how he had basically blown it because I don't know if you kept up with like Nathan. He's like, obviously you do, but like he's pretty anti-Semitic.
Oh, yes.
Like that's not an unfair thing to say about the guy.
And doesn't he have like? Didn't they find like his TikTok where he was like making
that was
fun
the
of,
other
like,
thing I was
trans
going to
people?
get to. That was the other thing I was going to get
Oh, God.
to. So the reason I was moonlighting as Nathan on the server is because one of the initial things that caused so much chaos within the server was that we had found his TikTok, and at the time, this was a while ago. This is well before we did the server destruction. But one of the things that had happened is we had found his TikTok, and it was for his Arabic followers. It was not for his Western fans. All of his stuff on that account was for his Arabic fans, and pretty much all of those videos consisted of him, reacting or duetting with like various girls or trans people. And just yelling in a really nasty tone of voice at them.
Yeah, in Arabic. He was screaming, yelling at them. Or like he would scream it. Yeah, it was weird.
I think we have footage, like, because he took a lot of them down, but he was like beat red, like yelling at them in Arabic because they would be making like thirst traps while wearing hijabs or some shit, and he'd just be furious. And there was this one trans girl. She was Muslim, I believe, and Nathan wouldn't like stop duetting with her, and every time it's just you scrolled through, it was just the same person, and Nathan just kept like every time it was just him yelling in Arabic, like beat red. I think we had somebody translate at some point. I can't remember what exactly he said, but it wasn't pleasant. And so he at that point, he basically became privy to it, and he's like, okay, I gotta cover my tracks because I guess I guess people in the West don't really like misogyny and transphobia. So he made a separate TikTok now for his North American fans, quote unquote fans. But so basically, when I was moonlighting as Nathan on the server, that was my whole shtick. Is I would say, everyone, it's me, the real Nathen Mazri. Don't look at my Arabic TikTok. I actually love the trans community. And so people in the server kept getting curious whenever I'd say that, and they were like, "What is he talking about?" And
Dude, that was so funny. Because after it crumbled, it was just Nathan like yelling on his Twitter, and all of his responses were like, "Nathan, what is this like Arabic TikTok stuff, like transphobia? What is that about?" And he would just ignore them.
Of course.
So yeah, we'll get to that in a minute because that's gonna be a talking point is the aftermath of all this. Because how I was talking about how he was in Los Angeles meeting with the talent agent. The day it happens, he posted a story thing. Essentially, he had fucking blown the whole thing because he made an anti-Semitic remark to the guy. Because you know how Nathan's brand of anti-Semitism is him passively making like passive-aggressive jokes about how Jewish people control the media and shit like that?
Yeah, let me explain this to your listeners. Like, Nathan has this weird thing where, like, he'll be like, I'm just joking, but the premise will be, like, that our friends of the Jewish community control finances in the media. So he'll be like, that's where he starts, and then he'll be like, but I love them for it. And
but the thing is, that's where it ends, because there's no punchline. He just says it.
Yeah. No,
he doesn't even say it's a joke. He just says, "Oh yeah, it's true."
Well, it's that same shit that Nick Fuentes does, where like he says something awful, but with like a big smile in his voice. You know what I mean? And like for a lot of idiots, they're just like, "Oh, well, he's clearly joking,"
it's
because
that, like,
he sounds like he's not
racism.
mad. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently he'd said some shit like that to the guy and blown the whole thing, and he had to basically go the same morning that he found out his Discord server. He had to go and kiss ass. So he was especially pissed because what happened was basically banned all the. He didn't delete the server. The server, from what I know, still exists. He deleted all of the members because he couldn't figure out what the fuck was happening. He removed every member from the server, wiped the server clean, and just changed. Because I guess what happened. This is the best part. You gotta let me explain this because this ties into me talking about how I was pretending to be Nathen for a little bit. Assumedly, what happened is Nathen couldn't tell that I had just changed my name and profile picture to mimic his account, and I guess he thought I was actually in his account, like I had hacked him. So you literally have Nathen. I guess he just assumed he had been hacked, so he changed his profile picture, grayed out his account, and changed his name to Hacked. Deleted the whole server and made a post essentially claiming that like the Discord server had been hacked, and I guess he couldn't fathom the fact that his admins had been sabotaging him. So he goes on Twitter and he's just a rant basically trying to do damage control. It's the same morning that he has to kiss ass to that talent representative because Nathen can't keep his mouth shut about his friends in the Jewish community. And
now I remember. He said, quote, "I love my Jewish lawyer." Like,
that's right.
It was and then he's talking about how he's like, "Oh no, Jews, they make great lawyers." Like he's doing it. He's going like full uncle at like Christmas. It was awful.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of being like, "Oh no, I love Asian people. They're great at math."
Yes, yeah, exactly. He's like, but why are you offended? I'm saying something nice about them. They're the model minority. And it's like, no.
You've seen his pilot, right? You've seen his pilot for Ahmed and Howard?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Yes,
that was the most baffling thing to me because I can't believe the guy that made the video, like, I want to be an SNL cast member. I can't believe he collabed with Nathen on a project 10 years ago.
My head exploded when I saw that. I could not believe my eyes. I remember the first night of the Natfield thing when he was doing the call with everybody in the first night of Natfield when he did the very first call. He was showing everybody his initial pitch for Ahmed and Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just the pilot, but like
I remember
he had the pitch material. He had all of the like promotional stuff he had made for the network pitch. And I just remember looking at it and be like, "What? Who in their right fucking mind would pick this up?"
Yeah.
What's the tagline on the poster say?
Oh, it was something racist.
It said something about hummus. I swear.
I'm gonna look it up.
Swear.
It's something. Because that's what happens in the pilot is they fight over a jar of hummus.
They fight over a jar of hummus. That's right.
They fight over a jar of hummus, and it's supposed to represent them fighting over the Gaza Strip. Okay, I found the poster here. I'm gonna put this in the chat.
See this.
Here's the poster. This is the
Oh my God.
This is the gayest I've ever seen.
Oh.
Dear Lord.
Oh, I've never seen. Oh, wow. I'm tweeting this immediately.
Dude,
this is
history
hysterical.
tore them apart, and hummus. It is crazy how that pilot is like. I don't understand what he thought he was gonna get with that because it's like, it's not even satirical. It's just a Jewish guy and an Arab guy yelling at each other. Like they're
evil.
They're literally
like
just
evil things.
Yeah, the Jewish guy is just making like anti-Muslim remarks, and then Nathen is just making like anti-Semitic remarks. Oh yeah, I'll get to that. But yeah, going back to the Twitter thing, or Nathen.
Oh, actually, can I say one thing before we move off of Jake Novak?
Go ahead.
God, love that guy.
Love Jake Novak.
Absolutely love that guy. Can't get enough of him.
I mean, we all love Jake. I mean, he's America's favorite. Like, I just remember someone was tweeting at Nathen after the SNL cast member thing. They were like, "Is Jake Novak going to be all right?" And Nathen was like,
my
"He's fine.
God.
He's Jewish, so he'll be fine."
Yes, I remember that.
And it's just like, what fucking dimension are you from?
He literally said word like verbatim, like he'll be fine.
That, yeah.
He's Jewish. That's right.
And the thing is, it's clear that Nathen. Like, this is my favorite part of that. Like, okay, Jake Novak gets exploded so hard that, like, he goes on SNL and talked about how he... no, I'm sorry. So Jake Novak, like, exploded so hard that, like, he went on CNN and talked about how he cried because he was cyberbullied so much. Like, that's how much Jake Novak got blown up for the I Want to Be the Next SNL Cast Member video.
Yeah.
Nathen doesn't understand the difference between good attention and bad attention, so this infuriates Nathen and makes him jealous that Jake Novak is getting this attention. Jake Novak is getting attention because everyone's calling him cringe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
And
not a
so
good thing.
he lashes out with anti-Semitism.
Goddamn.
I mean, obviously Nathan wouldn't know the difference because, if you go back and watch that entire Loudest Podcast episode we did, Nathan's not very good at picking up on good attention versus bad attention.
No.
And what's crazy about Jake Novak is, like, that SNL Casper video isn't even his worst video. He has a video about school shootings where he's singing about them.
Land of the
and
free,
I swear
home
to
of
God,
the
there is a
brave.
line in it where he throws, like, a chipmunk soul kind of, like, vibe to it, where he's like, children dying in the school. And he has, like, the biggest smile on his face when he's singing it. And it's horrible. It's like, why did he... It's really bad.
Painful.
It's really bad.
I think Jake Novak needs to make a comeback, honestly.
He does, I agree. It's one of the most tone-deaf videos I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, that Ahmed and Howard pilot is like obscene. I just don't understand what was going through his head where he's like, this will get picked up for sure. Because he pitched it to he pitched it to a bunch of networks. He was telling us he pitched it to Fox, I think.
He just emailed it to them.
He
he doesn't know how to get a meeting.
He didn't get a meeting, but of course not.
Like
but
the thing where he was like, "Oh, I'm at Fox," and all of a sudden my Discord gets hacked. It's like, no, he wasn't.
I'm at Fox. I'm standing outside the Fox building.
he's like on the Fox studio tour, and he's like, "Oh no."
Nathan is so funny because he's like that peak like millennial wannabe Hollywood influencer where he'll post pictures of himself like, I got an important meeting, and he'll be standing outside the Fox building and he'll never set foot in there.
No, of course not.
I imagine he's like Tom Green and Freddy Got Fingered, where he's like, I'm gonna show him my cartoons, and he's like, he like runs up to the guy while he's like eating his lunch, and he's fucking showing him all these fucking crazy ass drawings, and he like has the gun, he's like, my drawings suck.
I have a question for the group, which is, because me and my fiance all the time, we just regularly sing all of the lyrics to all of Jake Novak's songs.
Yeah.
Like, even today,
Children
like a year later.
in the school.
Children
Can you tell me why?
Do we think we can? Okay, let's see if we can all do it. It's like land of the free, home of the brave.
Home of the AR-15.
Home of the AR-15, kids in the grave.
Wait, land of the AR-15, home of kids in the grave. What comes next?
He goes, I suffer to try to make... It's something about making the situation sunny or something like that.
Oh,
right.
He's like, I know it's my job to make unfunny things funny. And it's like, no, it's not. Like,
let's not try to make this funny, Jake. Let's not do that.
Oh my god.
Dude, he has one it's like one of his earliest videos called like the Jewish Christmas song.
What?
And like it's really, there's one part in that song that always kills me where he goes, you know that Santa's not on his way. He's bringing nothing. Aliens out of nowhere. It's very funny. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know. It's just an observation. Jake Novak seems like one of those guys where it's like his entire act is literally just him like making fun of his own Jewish heritage.
Yeah.
It's basically, he is literally the exact opposite of Nathan. Like that's why they made Ahmed and Howard.
They're yin and yang.
They're perfect for each other.
They're yin and yang like they are on that poster.
Sonic and Shadow, yeah.
I imagine them in like Sonic Adventure 2, like they skate down the
needs to
thing.
do the SA2 cover art, the Uekawa illustrations of Sonic and Shadow, but it needs to be Nathan and Jake Novak.
Well, I would say Jake Novak would be Sonic, and then Nathen Mazri would be Shadow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Personally.
Or like them as Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah.
Like how they stance on like in the Saiyan saga when they fight, when they do the stance.
Yeah. That's funny.
There's something about like Jake Novak's rhymes where like they are exceptionally sweaty. Like some of them just don't work. Like all the time. And listeners, like I'm not exaggerating. Like I'm a crazy guy. I think about Jake Novak all the time because it's funny to me, even though it's like super dated.
It's super funny. No, it's super funny.
Where he's like, what is it like? Something. I'll be sitting on the ringer in addition to the spitting. It's like, what does sitting on the ringer mean? Like, how about you take the time to come with a rhyme?
I think he's talking about the toilet. toilet.
sense.
He's
Sitting
bringing
on
up
the
like
ringer? Is that the
bringing
toilet?
up-
Because the toilet bowl's like a ring.
That's what I
Like-
assume.
I think
like
he's talking about the toilet.
No, I
like
think he's talking about his
delivering,
phone.
like,
He's waiting on his
feces
phone.
in
He's
the
using
crowd.
like
Oh, he's waiting on the
1950s
ring. Oh, he's waiting for it to ring. I see. Okay.
Yeah, he's using like 1950s terminology. Like,
That's awesome.
That's the only thing you could think to come up with, like singer, not like bringer or dinger or winger or like winger
Yeah.
or winner or like anything.
I don't know. God, Jake Novak's so funny.
he's great. He's my.
I just remember-
He
I just
disappeared off the
remember-
face of the earth, and I know he's got a Wovey way.
Dude, I just
Okay.
remember the
This is so
sheer
like
like disbelief on us when we connected the dots because Nathan showed us the pitch for Ahmed and Howard, and at the time Jake Novak was when he showed us that initial pitch thing. Jake Novak wasn't because that video hadn't come out yet about him being like I want to be the next SNL cast member. When that happened and we connected those dots, it was literally like a Nirvana moment. Like my third
my
eye
mind
opened.
fucking blew when I saw that. I was like, "There's no
I literally
way."
had to sit down. I was blown away. I was floored.
Jake Novak, more like Jake Wojak.
Dude, my favorite.
Oh
fucking...
my! How come I've never heard that before? It really is.
Can we
Bravo.
draw like Jake Novak like Wojaks like we trace over him in MS Paint? That'd be fun.
They're all either
Children dying
rage or
in
sad.
schools. Can you Wojak?
Can you tell me why?
Can you draw me like a Wojak?
Asterios, have you seen those new like Wojak like children? Like you know those like Cocomelon like children's like slop that like parents give their like 2-year-old children on the iPad, where it's just like learn shapes and colors. And it's like, but they're like off-brand. I saw today someone sent me that they're making those, but with like Wojaks.
They are. No, they are. It's literally what these memes have become. Is they're just the exact same thing as like Cocomelon, where it's just like sensory input content that you sit your kid down in front of for like 3 hours
No.
and they don't absorb anything. It just stimulates them. That's what the same thing with like what Wojak
Mr.
memes and
Incredible.
Mr. Incredible memes are for like
Yeah, the
people
Mr. Incredible,
who are,
like,
who are, like
kids.
14.
No, but like I mean in like the literal sense, like someone sent me one where it was like learn shapes and colors with
Oh
feral
my
Jack.
god! Oh my
Yeah,
god!
Bingo just sent it in chat. It's that.
What the fuck?
Learn shapes and colors with Wojak.
With
No,
Feral
it's not
Jack?
Wojak. It's Feral Jack. What is
He's
Feral
feral.
Jack?
He's feral. He's angry. He's fuming.
Why is he angry? They're learning.
Well, because like maybe somebody got an answer wrong and he's mad.
He's like, why is he feral?
Because he's that one that's like really mad and he's like,
I never equated that with being feral, like losing all basic human function and being animal instincts. Like he's gonna claw somebody apart for food.
Ronan, I think me and you should go feral, dude.
We
That's
should.
what I
Yeah,
think.
I'm feeling kind of feral today.
I love that
was-
one image of Bugs Bunny where it's the Big Chunkus sequence, but it's like an image of Bugs Bunny on top of it's a Photoshop of him on top of Elmer Fudd like clawing at him, and it just says feral Chunkus.
That's evil. I was gonna say about Nathan, my favorite Nathan story ever, and it's really like it's just personally for
boy.
me. It was when like you and I, when we had first joined the voice.
It was one of
call,
the first couple times where Nathan had
joined
done
the
the
server.
Natfield meetup.
Yeah, we were first joining, and we were like in the voice call, and then Marcus from the RCAF he joined, and then Marcus was talking. He said, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And then Nathen Mazri went, "Ooh, who's that deep voiced man?" He said it just like that, and it was literally the funniest thing
Dude,
I
I
ever heard.
love
in my
that
fucking
Nathan,
life.
like, when we talked about this on Loudest, I think I brought that exact same story up, because my friend Marcus, he's a big guy, he's like a deep voice guy, he does security guard work, so he's, like, pretty imposing, and he's got a pretty deep voice, so, like, Nathan, whenever somebody tried to talk to him, he would always try to, like, flirt or get on their good side, because, you know, he's very flirtatious despite being a celibate, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously gay, like, but so literally for Marcus, obviously he's like, oh my goodness, who's that deep voiced man?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
Marcus.
trying to remember. He said some shit to like all of us, because then this girl started talking, and he was hitting on her, and then he did it for like everybody who talked. Because for me, it was like I said I was from Vancouver or something, and Nathan went on a tangent about Vancouver or something like that, and he was just it was so weird how he was essentially trying to flirt with everyone in attendance.
It's like it's Discord. Like, you don't know the other people on the call. Like, there's a good chance a lot of the people.
A
It's
lot
like,
of these
listen,
people are probably not 18.
Here's the thing. They all sound like teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, that should be enough. You're clearly talking
Nathen, you're a businessman. You're a businessman. The last thing you want to be doing is like flirting with teenagers in your Discord.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, we have a word for that, and it's bad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But he's like, no, it's okay. I'm a celibate.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm never gonna have sex ever.
Except
I
with
will
his
s-
cousin.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right.
that's right.
That book.
That amazing book that sold really well.
I remember
We
that.
talked
I
about
remember
this
when
on the Loudest podcast, but it's like Nathan kept talking about how his book would get, he's like, can I get it into chapter in Indigo? And it would just be a photo of him standing in front of a rack in an Indigo or in like a bookshop, just with like 2 copies of his book. And I'm like, I swear he just walked in 2 copies of that book into a chapter, put them on the shelf, and took a picture.
Ronan, I went to an Indigo in Toronto.
Did
and
they have his book?
They had exactly 1 copy there, and it was like $25.
I guarantee you, he walked in, put a sticker on it, and left it there.
Me when I steal.
He just walked in, like he's like one of those people who comes and puts his or his like audition tape on a DVD, comes in and just leaves it in random places.
Well, look, $25 is a small price to pay for Nathen Mazri. I will say.
A small price to pay to read about a gay encounter with your cousin.
Look,
I can't believe that's his book.
That's a different
Oh,
book.
it's a different
Oh,
one.
it is. That's right. It's not even
Yeah,
the same
that's
one.
right.
Well, okay, well, what is in Arapiolosis then that makes it so worth reading?
It's just some like phony, like how to become a philanthropist, like
Oh.
bullshit book.
Fucking
Okay, you know what?
feces
That
and
gives
poop from
me
the toilet,
that gives me a
that's what's
thought.
in
Asterios, I
there.
have a hypothetical for you.
I'm listening.
So what'd you do? Okay, what's the book where Nathan describes the gay encounter then?
Oh, but it's 3 years worth of encounters. Like, it's
Yeah,
not just like
yeah.
once.
No,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
What would you do if you so have you read it?
Oh, yes, I read it. We read like big long chunks of it on the show.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you read
yeah.
it on
That's,
the
oh, that's right.
podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, like it's totally, listeners, it's totally worth it. You can get a
I-
free account on this thing called Scribd, SCRIBD. You can read the book. Just search for the word cousin, read it. You're gonna laugh, and then cancel your Scribd
God.
account.
Or
It's
you
great.
can tune in to the Loudest podcast episode 137, I
Oh
think.
God, it was that long ago. Good
I have no idea. I pulled that number out of my ass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, or you can listen to my show, but like, yeah, look, whatever it takes, you gotta read, because he talks about so casually, and he's always like, and I always had to be
Okay,
the aggressor.
I only
My cousin
skimmed
sometimes
those.
wouldn't want to, and I'd
What the
have to
fuck?
like really charm him. And it's
Hold
like,
on,
Nathan,
hold on.
What are you
We
doing?
gotta slow down. Okay, when he describes it, because I vaguely remember reading it, but it was a while ago. How in depth did he go with it?
Very.
Yeah, he just
So-
he talks.
Would you describe it as like sultry? Like, does he get all like steamy and hot when he writes about it?
Yeah, it's very clear that he thinks it's awesome.
He thinks
but-
it's erotic.
Yeah, it's very clear because he like talks about how good looking his like German cousin is.
Oh
and how, like,
my
hot he looked in his
goodness.
beautiful eyes, and it's just. But
That's
then, you know,
amazing.
but then he also talks about how like being gay is, you know, how it's like he's trying super hard not to be gay. You know, he treats it like alcoholism or
That's so
drug
fucking
addiction.
funny. What
Right,
if he fed us a bullshit story about how he got arrested for like a DUI one time and he was in jail and he met who did he meet in jail? It was some bullshit celebrity he pulled out of his ass.
Oh man, I don't remember.
Dude, I'm not gonna remember this because he told us this one time in a call in Nathfield. He was talking out of his ass and he said a story about how he got in a DUI incident and he spent like a night in jail or whatever before he got let out or whatever the hell. And he
No. I remember this story. He actually spent 5 nights, and the person he met was
yeah.
Freddie.
Oh my god, like
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Who'd he meet?
He met
Freddy
Freddie
Fazbear.
on the 5th night.
Oh,
And
Freddie
Golden-
Fazbear.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Freddie.
no, he was talking about he met some celebrity while he was in the fucking jail cell or whatever, and he was telling me it's really, and we were all just looking at it like that is bull. I can't remember who it was. It was something like it was a rapper, I think, right?
even if it's true, can you imagine how like desperate you have to be a name dropper to be like, oh, you know who I met one time met this guy after driving drunk and being in jail for 5 days and
get a
he
DUI.
The lives of all the people
That's like that. That's like that one Family Guy bit where the episode where Meg goes to prison. She comes back. She's like, "Oh, funny enough, I was cellmates with Wesley Snipes." That's how I imagine. That's how I imagine Nathan describing his prison encounter. He's like, "Oh, you'll never guess who I met. 50 Cent."
It'd be great if you met Wesley Snipes, though. That'd be cool.
That would be so funny.
And he's like quoting Blade the whole time to tell them, "Motherfucker, you out of your damn mind!" Like, right in his face.
Okay, would Wesley Snipes? Would he call Nathen Mazri a cracker?
He would call him a cracker like he did. That's the most baffling story, like, to me about Wesley Snipes on the set of Blade 3, is that he kept calling Jessica Biel that woman, and he called Ryan Reynolds that cracker the whole filming of the movie. Like, that's how he kept referring to them.
I love
And
that.
also
I love that
scene
interviews.
that scene where he was refusing to open his eyes, so they had to CG like open eyes.
Yeah, they had to CGI his eyeballs over because he would refuse to open his eyeballs for some reason.
That's awesome.
Dude, I love watching Ryan Reynolds talk about, because he was clear, like, he was super uncomfortable the entire time. He's just fucking Wesley Snipes just constantly calling Ryan Reynolds cracker.
Poor guy.
Poor Ryan Reynolds. Oh my
Deserve
god.
that.
Okay, before we go on, I know before we started, Asterios said he had a couple things to bring in, and I'm kind of dying to hear what.
I
they
am
were.
too. But I want to, before we get any more on topic, I wanted to finish the tangent I was talking about his Twitter fiasco the day after his Discord server imploded. Because there was specifically one very important part where he was addressing the conflict that had taken place in the Dathfield Discord the other night, and he said something about a very specific evil zombie that had orchestrated his whole thing. And our running theory, we don't exactly have proof. This is just an analytical, assumption to make. But because obviously I was running around moonlighting as Nathen, pretending to be him, and Nathen clearly assumed I had hacked his account. I think Nathen was talking about me when he said that, and he called me a bad evil zombie.
Yeah, but then Nathen on that one podcast after where he's really angry and he was talking about that. You know, that really, really boring.
Oh, I
one
forgot
that guy
about
kept
that.
talking about pictures.
Yeah, he went on some podcast afterward to talk about it.
Yeah, he was like, and I know who did it. It was that motherfucker who drew the pig. That's who did it.
Right.
What?
Oh, Bill Kramer guy, the guy who made Bill
Yeah,
Bill Kramer
that's
pig.
that's who he thinks did it.
Which is
was
funny
the
because
guy
that
who
guy
did
had
that.
nothing to do with this.
I will say when that in like the thick of it, like that night, the funniest thing was when me, like us, and like there were like how many? Like there were like 7 of us in call in another server, and we were just fucking with Nathfield.
Oh yeah,
And it
because
was
one of the
funny
admins was
because-
actually trying to run damage control, right?
Yeah, and they had, I think they had like them and like maybe 1 or 2 other cronies, and they would like ban us, but since we all had admin, we just kept like unbanning each other like a raid boss.
We would
in
have
an
somebody. We would have 2 people monitoring the ban list at all times, in the audit log. So at the moment one person got kicked out, somebody would res, and then one guy would immediately lift the ban, and the other person would send them an invite back, and it was just couldn't get rid of us until Nathen stepped in and just like wiped the server.
That's awesome.
I
love how
I absolutely love it. I don't know why it's funny to me that like eventually this server got deleted. It's the funniest thing in the world.
It's
to
so
me
funny.
that and almost anyone else I'd be like, oh, that's needlessly destructive. But it's like, I don't know.
No,
why.
it's because it's
just because I know
Nathen.
how
It's
mad
because
it'll
it's
make him.
Nathen.
Yeah, I know. It's so great.
And you can see his face when it's happening. Like, you can imagine his reaction.
Oh, well, you don't have to imagine it. Remember when he walked out of that meeting, he recorded a video of him
Oh,
walking
yeah,
on the
yeah. He
sidewalk,
recorded
like,
a video
yelling
to his
about
IG
it.
story of him yelling
Do you
about
have
it.
that? I want to see that.
No,
Do you have it?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I think
Shit.
it's lost.
Oh,
to
man.
time.
I was
I'm
going to say,
sorry.
dude, we really should have kept better tabs on that stuff.
Dude, someone get the Lost Media wiki.
The Nathen Mazri lost media.
Somebody call Blame It on
Do we
George.
need Blame It on George to make a video about all Nathen Mazri's lost TikToks?
We need a Nathen Mazri iceberg.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
That'd be cool.
It is crazy how we just can't shake. Oh yeah, speaking. Okay, before we move on of the Nathen talk, because we've been on it for like 40 minutes now, we have to talk about his pilot.
Which one?
No, sorry, not Ahmed and Howard. His podcast. I mean, his Nathfield show. You
that's
listen
just
to it,
a
I assume,
gem.
right?
You know
That's
what?
just something interesting.
I haven't heard.
Oh,
I keep forgetting that.
My goodness.
You may want to explain to listeners what the hell we're talking about because I keep forgetting about this.
Okay, Nathen Mazri has so obviously for context, if you're having trouble following, there's a really good obviously Asterios is known for keeping tabs on Nathen. There's a few really good episodes of the Loudest podcast that deal with it. The one that I was on specifically delves into a lot of the history of his Discord server and his newest character, which is Nathfield, which is his Garfield ripoff character that he made after he lost the Garfield license to basically kind of cover his tracks because he'd already made the investments into all the orange merchandise. So he was basically trying to rebrand with his own character so he didn't have to worry about licensing. And the lore for Nathfield, as he describes it, is batshit insane. I will pull up the character write-ups he has on the Instagram very quickly because they are just unbelievable. So he has obviously the main character Nathfield, which is his Garfield persona wearing a suit. He has Angel Gabby. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just got distracted looking at these characters. Gabby, Divine Being, is a strength of God sent to Nazareth to speak to Nathfield, believed to be the Prince of Nazareth, with missions to clean up the world. Gabby is feisty, sassy, powerful, and the transmitter of the Malik al-Mulk universe. Nathfield and Gabby are like Tom and Jerry, driving each other nuts. The angel goes by the pronoun they, them. They hold a powerful divine trumpet and help Nathfield overcome battles on Earth sometimes against Reddit trolls, revealed soon.
I just want to stomp for a second and talk about this fake bullshit character's pronouns. Where it's like, okay, so Nathan's on TikTok just like nonstop looking at trans women's like videos and then yelling at them, which is incredibly sus. Like,
incredible mixed messages, yeah.
But then, like, clearly Nathen is like, oh, I know what Western audiences like. They, them pronouns. She's a they. And, like, Nathen keeps talking about her, like, or this character. Nathan's like, she's a they, them. Like,
he already nailed it. She's a they, them.
Right. It's incredible.
It's so funny.
It's just like marketing for him.
I just love that he's trying to be like old school Old Testament biblical about these fucking weird Garfield knockoff characters.
Yes.
And the whole plot of it is that Nathan's persona is like an untouchable character with god powers who is like God's chosen and is basically the second Messiah and is like supposed to fix the world with his limitless power with the help of a fucking angel sent by God. And his main villain is a Reddit troll who is a caricature of DSP as a weird pig man.
Oh, that's right, it's DSP.
Yeah, it's DSP.
I always forget.
It's literally Darkside Phil.
Great. That's so great.
So, yeah, since you haven't seen the first episode of the quote-unquote Nathfield show, it is about 5 minutes, and it doesn't feature the title character Nathfield. It features only Angel Gabby and Bad Bill Pig Kramer, or whatever his name is.
Oh my god.
It is literally 5 minutes of them slinging, like, slurs at each other.
I heard that Nathfield is not in Nathfield episode 1. Which, listeners, just think about how stupid you have to be. It's like, what if Iron Man wasn't an Iron Man? Like, that's the dumbest shit alive.
It's like, no, the supporting characters in the world need to be established first.
Dude, you know, okay, but it's just like, oh no, so I think what happened, and you guys will have to keep me honest. Like, I think what happened is like Nathen didn't want to spend like the smallest amount of money on art, like $20 or $50 to pay this artist. So instead, Nathen was like, I'll make a podcast so that way I can cut the artist out entirely. Yeah. Does that sound like what happened to you guys?
Oh, it's totally. That's got to be what happened because he was was so keen on making it a cartoon initially, and he when he would talk about it in his Discord server, because he was trying to use his Discord server to essentially get free labor from people.
Right. Yeah.
He was like, he was so convinced that he's like, oh, I have such loyal fans. They'll love to help me out on and work on my projects for fucking Amazon gift cards and not like a stable living wage. Even
No,
though
they
we're
weren't even Amazon. They were
They
Starbucks.
were like Starbucks gift card.
cards.
No, one of the tiers was an Amazon gift card. One of the tiers was.
Yippee!
Yippee! You upgraded from $25 Starbucks to $25 Amazon. Congrats.
That's good.
But like, oh my god, I just the nerve of it to be like, yeah, I know we're living in a recession, but it's like I'm gonna start an animation / entrepreneurial project, and I want people to work for me for fucking Starbucks gift cards.
Yeah, it's like sad, and it shows like how little Nathan, because like, you know, like listeners, this is they're not exaggerating. Like, Nathan saw the Discord users as a revenue source, because remember when he tried to sell those career classes?
Yeah, no, that was a scam. That was.
Yeah. Nathan's like constantly shilling GoFundMe's. Nathan is like, you know, you pay $50, you can come to like my self-improvement seminar, which is clearly just like him in a Zoom, like probably.
I don't want to learn anything about self-improvement from a guy who admitted to hitting his cat.
Oh, that's right. And then of course, have you ever told your listeners about that?
I don't think we did, because I think we
I don't
brought
think
it up
I've heard about that.
No, we brought
so-
that up on the Loudest Podcast, but I don't think it made the cut.
Oh no,
What did
I
he do to his
immediately
cat?
cut it
Yeah.
because I was like, this is not funny. It's horrifying.
It's upsetting, is because
Yeah.
Nathan talked about how he had a cat because he got a cat for when he was doing the Garfield Eats thing, and the name of the cat was Garfield because obviously it would be. And obviously he only had the cat for, you know, brand purposes, so he got rid of the cat after Garfield Eats started tanking. And he admitted one night to, like, after he found out, like, the business was failing or some shit like that, or he got some bad news regarding, like, the revenue or something, that he basically admitted to getting drunk off of red wine and, like, hitting the cat because it pissed him
That's
off.
horrible.
Oh my
and
God.
wasn't the cat named Garfield?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was.
So it's like there's a lot of like disgusting psychological layers where it's like Nathan is mad at Garfield, the Nickelodeon property, so Nathan is beating
He's
Garfield.
gonna take it out on the real life Garfield.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then Nathan's like getting so upset that Superman's got a bisexual son that Nathan's making out with a third Garfield, which is a giant like 7 foot tall plush
Yeah.
that he has in the condo his dad pays for.
Yeah.
And then he sent it to Quentin Reviews.
And then he sent it to Quentin.
Was that
real?
Wait, no, that
Yeah.
was a different one.
No,
that a
I don't
different
think it was
Flash?
the same one. I don't think it was the same one.
Let's
I
get
don't,
quick
it might have
reviews
been.
in the podcast.
Oh, that could be fun.
Let's do a UFC match. We'll do Quentin Reviews versus Quentin Rampage Jackson, and we'll see who wins.
Yeah, but like,
Dude, the Battle of the Quentins is what we'll call it.
that's awesome.
I got my money on Quentin Reviews personally.
I think Quentin Reviews could take him. Let's
Let's
throw Michael J. White in the ring after.
Michael J. White.
We were talking about like Nathan obviously wanting to use his fans and his animators, because that was the point I was going to bring up, was that when he talked about, because he posted like shitty job listings in his thing, he wanted a thing for, he put out a call for animators, and he said in the description, he didn't put any specifics of like what he needed, or he just said Disney quality.
Oh. Alright. Well,
He
That
didn't
is
like
so
specify
funny.
what kind of
That
what
is
he
so
needed. Like he's
funny.
like, he didn't say like animators, storyboard artists, keyframe artists, illustrators, background art. He didn't say anything. He just said animators needed Disney quality.
Can I get Disney
And also,
quality for
what the
free,
fuck does Disney
please?
quality mean?
Can I get
like that Family Guy episode?
Can
Yeah.
I get like $1 million for free?
Yeah, like Disney quality. Like, it's what do you take? That could be like Lilo and Stitch. That could be Beauty and the Beast, or that could be fucking.
Well,
like,
no matter
Little
what it is,
Dinosaur.
it's too much.
He's not gonna get it, no matter what it is. But that's such a wide scope, as if Disney hasn't been operating for like a century now.
Yes.
And hasn't delved their feet into literally like hundreds, if not thousands, of animated projects of vastly different styles and resources.
Disney quality, nah, bitch. You getting Go Animate quality? Go fuck
You
yourself.
getting Caillou gets grounded, bitch. How funny would that be if Nathan just gave up and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna use Go Animate, and he makes Natfield gets grounded.
Nathfield,
That'd be
you are
cool.
grounded. Angel Gabby, you are grounded. No,
But if you haven't listened to the first episode of the Natfield show, literally what it is it's Bad Pig, Bill Kramer, or whatever his name is, and Angel Gabby just sitting there yelling at each other. And it's not even funny. It's just really mean-spirited because the entire time Angel Gabby is just making fun of the fact that the DSP pig is disabled. So the whole thing is literally just ableist because it's like they say something about how his legs, like he has like a back or a leg injury or something, and he can't work like a full-time job, and they're making fun of him for being disabled and on disability or whatever the hell.
God.
And it's so literally the whole thing is them just yelling at each other, and her just calling like a fat retard. And I don't even remember what the pig says back. The pig is honestly more on the right in that first episode of the Angel character.
Our heroic ableist protagonists.
Our ableist heroes. I want to see Nathen Mazri make like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reboot, and each one of the Rangers is just a different kind of hatred. Like one's anti-Semitic, one's ableist, one's homophobic, one's transphobic. They each get a different dinosaur.
They get a different dinosaur.
Transphobic T-Rex. Morphin time.
They fuse to become the big bigot.
Yeah, the bigot Zord. It's like a Japanese equivalent. I would love that. I would love that transphobic T-Rex, homophobic Mastodon, ableist tiger.
You know what?
Tiger.
I think we should go to Fox and pitch this. Actually.
We should actually. I think we'd get further than we would with Ahmed and Howard.
It's just amazing to me how if this guy just literally put down his phone and his computer, he could have the greatest life. He could travel the world. He could try cool food. He could meet hot guys and fuck them. He could go on hikes, climb mountains. It's he has unlimited money.
I'm imagining Nathan sitting at a vista in the Mediterranean, in Greece, with a beautiful man, sipping a fruity drink at a bar.
This is perfect.
He could literally, he could just have the riches and jewels to just woo trans women instead of yell at them and berate them for their attention.
He could be the gay Superman he was always born to be.
Oh my fucking goodness. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. It's like the thing they said about Trump a long time ago where if he had never invested if he had just taken all his money and put it in an index fund instead of starting a bunch of businesses, he would be much richer than starting all this bullshit. Right now I got a job. I can't talk too much about it, but I'm working for a company where if none of us came in and did anything, the company would not go out of business for 120 years.
Mm-hmm.
There is just we are sitting on trillions of dollars. And so it's amazing. I go to all these meetings and all these people are trying to do things and pitch things and create commercials and create campaigns, and it's what the fuck are you doing? This is all just jerking off. Guys, how about we all just do nothing and get paid and relax?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Act broke, stay rich.
Dude, I just love the gay Superman thing. I'll never get past that. I just love that he showed so much outrage at that initially, and then after everybody was dude, who the fuck cares about this? He was oh crap, I gotta backtrack. I look like a bigot. I'm a celibate.
Yes, it's amazing. And he was it's the thing that racists always say where they're you not accepting my racism is a form of bias.
Yeah.
And it's that's not your thing.
That's not quite the same thing.
That's not, you're not allowed to do. Hey, wait a minute. Where he was people refusing to accept my celibacy is a form of bias, and it's no, don't fuck whoever you want, but it's just weird that you're so triggered by Superman's pink-haired son.
I love that argument. I love when that happened because you had all these Fox News anchors and shit talking about it. It's you do not read comic books. You don't give a shit about this.
Dude, nobody fucking reads comic books.
Nobody reads comic books anymore.
Definitely not.
There's 14 people worldwide who read comics anymore.
I love it. Who was it? Which Fox anchor was it who said some shit Superman should be kissing Lois Lane instead? Where it's that's not even the same Superman. That's not
that would
Clark
actually
Kent. That's
be
his
mom.
son. That is Lois Lane's son, who is the new Superman, who is gay. Superman should be kissing Lois Lane instead.
Kissing his mom on the cheek and wishing her a good day.
Yeah. Well, see, that's
Have you seen that? Have you guys seen that one? My God, it's horrible. It's really bad. There's one comic from the 70s, I think, about like it's.
Oh, no.
I swear to God, it's real. It's a comic about Lois Lane being black for a day. Like I don't know. It's some superpower.
What?
Her black for a day. I swear that's real.
No,
and there's
I
a
gotta look
point.
this up.
There is
Hold
a
on.
point in the
That sounds
comic.
right.
There's a point in the comic where Black Lois Lane asks Superman, would you still love me if I was black? And he literally goes, how could you even ask me that? Like, he doesn't even respond to her and say yes. He literally just says, how could you even ask me that? It's
God,
evil.
I'm
It's
looking at it
actually
right
evil.
now. I'm
Oh,
looking.
that's so
I'm
cool.
looking
Holy,
at
it's
panels
horrible.
from this comic right now.
And by the way, I want to clarify that Black Lois Lane, yes, much hotter than White Lois Lane. So if I were Superman, I'd be like, yes.
Don't think that is clarifying. Yeah, but it's like amazing to me how like and whoever wrote that comic was probably like, wow, I'm being real progressive.
I'm
and,
so
like, they probably had to like
progressive.
argue with their editor to like get it through, and like
I'm
it finally
sure.
gets published. They're like, I've done a great thing for the black community.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's in the 70s. But then you got to think about like the crux of the thing is literally just Lois Lane in blackface. So it's like you're already losing
I just
points.
saw a panel of it. I guess this is from the beginning of the comic. So it's literally
Yeah.
Lois on a scoop. It's when she's still white. It's her getting dropped off in, I guess, like it just says shortly in Metropolis, black community.
Yeah,
And then the cab driver's like, want me to wait, Miss Lane? And she says, no thanks, Benny. I don't know when I'll be finished. And she goes up to a group of black kids who are just like, I guess, hanging out. And she's like, hi, kids. I'm Lois Lane, reporter for the Daily Planet. I want to ask you about school. And then she goes, what? No, wait, And then all the kids just turn away and start ignoring her. And she goes, they're turning their backs on me. This is bizarre. I'm just looking at panels from this.
And then you know what? Then Marvel saw that and they were like, you know what?
they did with the same thing with the Punisher.
You know what we're gonna
They
do?
did
The Punisher's gonna get cosmetic surgery to be black. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
This is
They did the same thing with the
bizarre.
Hulk too. They did the Hulk in blackface. They did the Punisher in blackface.
Oh my god, look at the chat. Look at this panel.
Oh, wait. I gotta
Look
go
at
back
how-
to my computer and see this.
Look at how happy Superman is in the last panel.
Oh, yes. No.
She's
that-
turning-
yeah,
she's
he's
turning
definitely
white.
excited. Yeah.
Ooh.
Before Lois
I
can say
hate
another
something.
word. What's happening? I feel strange, as if I were shedding my skin. Superman, look! And she's white again, and Superman goes, yes, Lois! Exclamation mark. You're
Yes!
white again!
Yes! He's
Yes!
celebrating. He's
The
evil.
effect didn't last as long as I expected.
Superman, you're a fucking alien, dude.
Dude, why would he care?
You would think he would not. Yeah, but that's the best part. Is he doesn't even answer her when she asks him, like, "Would you still be with me if I was black?" He just goes, "How could you even ask me
When
that?" It's just
I-
perfect deflecting. He's like
when-
deflecting because he doesn't
When
want
I
to
learned
answer.
about that one Superman comic with the the pink kryptonite where it turns him gay and he wants to
Yeah,
fuck
the pink
Jimmy
kryptonite.
Olsen, I was like, okay, that's got to be from the 70s. That's got to be from whenever
It's
this
from
came out. But I'm like,
2006.
no, it's from 2003. Like, there's a really offensive.
I mean, well,
like,
that was like a gag in a. in
What's
like
that?
a
There's
60s
pink
comic.
kryptonite.
It
Oh,
didn't
it was?
it didn't actually happen like in a comic, but then in some Supergirl comic in like the 2000s, she was like, "Oh yeah, and that pink kryptonite that did something real strange to Clark."
Well, then it's canonical. Yay!
It's canonical that when
This is the
Superman
most,
gets
this
near
is one
pink
of the most
kryptonite, turns him
bizarre
gay.
one-off comics I've ever fucking seen. It's just Black Lois. Like, what did she get? What happens? Like, I'm trying to figure out what in the comic happens that turns her black. Like,
She
she get hit
gets
with a melanin beam or something.
she get hit with a melanin ray, yeah, and she got melanated.
It's
a powerful- it was like
There's
Luthor's
a panel
newest-
of her stepping into some kind of like big sarcophagus machine, like a fly.
It was
telepod
Lex
thing.
Luthor's newest invention that he made.
No, because Superman puts her in there, and then Superman throws the switch, and then she walks out and she's black. Like, here, look at this.
He just bought one. He went on.
He got the melanin ray off eBay.
Oh my god! I must say though, she is like way more beautiful when she comes out.
That's true. That's actually
That's for true.
That is just true.
Yeah, that's how I agree.
You can see the scowl on his face, that evil white supremacist Superman.
I'm trying to figure out what the plot of this thing is. Is it just like... oh my goodness.
Dear Lord, dear heavens.
Dear heavens.
I mean, there's like so
Plankton
much.
be like, what? It's just an ordinary Superman. Oh my goodness! Squidward!
No, there's like
It's
so
just an
many-
ordinary Superman comic.
There are like so many examples of like people thinking that they're being progressive at the time. Like like I remember when I went to like I went to like a film school, and they taught us that like that Song of the South, the people that made Song of the South like thought they were like doing like something good.
Oh, yes,
They were like, we
I've
hired a
heard
bunch of
that.
black
No.
people and put them in our movie. Isn't that great? And like the jazz singer, like, which is like a white guy in blackface singing like minstrel songs, like he genuinely thought to himself, he's like, I'm like honoring the songs of this community, and I'm exposing them to a wider audience. And it's like, sure, buddy, whatever you gotta tell yourself to get to sleep
Yeah.
at night.
No, but it's the same thing with the writer of the book because it's based on the book. He pretty
Yeah.
much thought the same way, but no, you're kind of just like exploiting them and using, whatever you can at the time, because that was basically what it was originally made of. It was like, different people that he had met and like recounted their stories and put it in the book, where it's like, okay, well, no, now you're just kind of like, it's kind of the same thing like what Elvis did, like when he like made rock and roll, like he's just going to like clubs where black musicians are playing and he's ripping off their music and then making like millions off of it, similar
Right.
situation. So yeah, no fun at all.
Yeah, and Square Enix also thought that they were gonna help, and they were gonna put it in
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, they wanted to do that in Kingdom Hearts 3. They actually wanted to do a song. At that level.
So Kingdom Hearts Song of the South World.
Hey, that would suck. So it's like, oh, Donald, Goofy, Robert, it's strange.
Oh, that's probably
Goofy, Donald, Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus is the fourth party member. You get an Uncle Remus. No, you get a what's the bear's name? It's like Briar Bear or something. You can summon him. I can't remember.
Oh, Brer
It's bright.
Rabbit or
Brer
something.
Rabbit. Yeah, you can summon
yeah.
Brer Rabbit. Brer Rabbit.
It's awesome.
wonderful.
They should do a Kingdom Hearts
really,
game.
but
They should do a Kingdom Hearts game with dumb bullshit Disney worlds like Mighty Joe Young and the Mighty Ducks.
oh my god, dude, I would love a Mighty Joe Young world. That's unironically.
That'd be funny. It's basically just the Tarzan world from the first game. Like,
It'd be
Like,
fucked up if
well,
they
Mighty
made
Joe Young is
Uncle
literally
Remus
just like
a
King Kong
Heartless.
plus Tarzan. Like,
yeah.
it's literally what it is. And I think it's awesome. I love that movie.
Well, now that Disney owns Fox, they should have like a Family Guy world or an American Dad world.
I would literally kill a man
That'd
to
be
have
fun.
that. Like, I would...
You know they were gonna do a Jungle Book world in Birth by Sleep. There's even like footage of like beta versions of it.
There's footage,
I'm
of beta,
so-
there's footage of beta males.
Yeah, there's beta males and stuff, and they're running around in the Jungle Book.
that's just true. That's that movie.
Goofy,
No,
Donald,
that's,
Is
no,
that
that's
movie,
where,
like,
that's
they're all
that's where
beta
Feral
males?
Jack came from. That's where
They're
Feral
all-
Jack's from.
They're all beta males, and they're running away from the alpha male who is the fucking tiger trying to kill the child. I love the plot of the
They're running
movie.
from Sabor.
No, there's some horse from
No.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
What is the
Tarzan.
tiger's name from fucking Jungle Book?
Shere Khan.
Shere
Shere
Khan.
Khan.
Yeah, he's voiced by
I just
20J.
love that Shere Khan's whole thing is, oh, I heard there's like a little child at the jungle. I'm gonna come kill and murder him.
I want to
Like,
murder
that's
him. That's his
like
entire
kill and murder
motivation.
him.
He's literally just like, oh, there's a human child here. I want to kill it.
I'm gonna kill it. And everybody's like, whoa, let's not do that.
let's just cool the jets a little. And he's like, no.
No, I'm gonna
I wanna
slowly.
kill him.
I love villains who just have no motivation other than just like, I'm a fucking evil. I just feel like it, dude.
He goes, I'm gonna slowly walk towards this child until I get to him and then kill and murder him. So you guys can do whatever you want and slow it on. So I'm gonna be doing that. He woke up that morning and that's what he
I'm gonna be
wanted.
doing this. Okay, look, from 9 till about 3 p.m. I'm gonna be busy murdering this child. You're not to disturb me. After that, you can tell me. Look, okay, I won't be taking
like-
any calls until this kid is dead.
That's like an American Dad joke, Ronan.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking
Like
of
Roger would say
American
that.
Dad, Ham, there's something for you in the chat.
Is there a Willy?
A willy
Yeah.
like that.
What are we gonna talk about with American Dad?
So
I
yeah,
don't-
somebody wants
yeah,
to
that's
talk
that's
about
such a
American
vague
Dad.
prop. Like, talk about American Dad. What are we gonna talk about? It's a good little show.
Like Roger.
I do
what I was
like
thinking of?
Roger.
You know what? You know
He's
what
cool.
Disney movie used to scare me
And
when I was a
Klaus.
kid? Dude, I was scared of the walrus from fucking Alice in Wonderland. He's scary. That guy is scary though. He gets angry.
Oh
Asterios,
no! I know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. Okay,
I
Asterios,
knew what he
have a
was
question for
talking
you
about,
first.
but I thought you were like intentionally ignoring it for some
No,
reason.
I was. Yeah, I just like being evil.
Asterios, I have a
That's
question.
fun.
I have a question for you.
Oh, you got my attention.
Were there, as a kid, were there any like dumb cartoon characters or anything from like Disney movies or anything that just irrationally scared the shit out of you?
Oh, I mean, not from Disney movies, but there was like a series of movies called like Look Who's Talking, and it was like it was a baby. They would like shoot a baby, and they just put like Bruce Willis.
Wait, they would shoot a baby? What?
Yeah, no, they would shoot a baby out of a cannon, and it was awesome.
Oh, okay.
Oh
out
no,
of a
that sounds
cannon.
fun though.
I thought you meant they like put a loaded handgun up to a baby. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
that'd
goodness.
be scary.
No, it was like a pretty awesome way to spend a Sunday. Like we all got together. It was pretty dope. No,
We all
like
launch babies at cannon.
We got together and killed a baby. Yeah.
it was Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was like the voice of this baby, and like we'd hear this baby's inner thoughts. But when the baby eventually learned, was trying to potty train, the baby like had to go up against like an evil like smack talking like murderous toilet that like talked about how he was gonna like eat the baby's poo poo.
Oh, this is a movie.
my God.
Yeah.
Wait, Super Toilet?
Yeah, if you look
Oh
up,
my God.
Look Who's Talking toilet, like you'll
Okay.
see- and Mel
You know, it's-
Brooks voices the toilet. The toilet's like, I'm gonna eat your poop.
Hold on.
I'm gonna eat.
Oh
your
my
poop."
goodness, that's a scary ass toilet.
No, I didn't like it as a child at all.
Dude,
I
that's
was
really
genuinely-
creepy. Look at that.
Oh my god, are you serious?
That's really freaky. What the hell?
haunting.
Yeah, that was like in like a rated G kids movie, and so I. Like it's his name is as you see his name is Mr. Toilet Man, and so I was like, oh wow, I had never even considered that I'd be scared of the toilet eating me, but now it's all I can
I'm
think
watching the
about.
scene
Okay,
it's
I'm
from
back.
right now. Holy shit. That's not even like that's just freaky.
Yeah, you know what? That makes much more sense than like being afraid of a dog in The Simpsons.
A shifty-eyed dog.
Yeah, that honestly, him, like
Look at this illustration on DeviantArt somebody did of him.
Wait. Oh, this is fantastic! Wow, this is beautiful. Listeners, they're
That's
like a nice
That is
mural.
a canvas
Dude, that looks like that looks like it'd be an enemy in a FromSoft game.
yeah, this
the
is like
poop
this,
eating toilet.
Dude,
Looks like a
I'm just saying if dude. Oh yeah, so here's a
PC
thing on a
munching
channel
toilet,
called or on a page on Facebook called Horror for Kids. Look Who's Talking 2 1990 Toilet Man.
And then the other really scary thing is in the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Ooh,
One of my
Large
favorites.
Marge.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Large Marge. Tell him Large Marge sent ya.
Marge.
We love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. One of our
We
favorite
do
scenes.
love that movie. Yeah,
One of
Large
our
Marge
favorite
is kind of
scenes-
scary.
One of our favorite scenes in that movie is a scene where Pee-wee's doing the big presentation in his basement, and then the one guy looks over and whispers, and he goes, "Is there something you want to share with the rest of us, Amazing Larry?" And then they all look at him, and he looks so shocked.
He's wearing
Dude, he
like
looks
an
so
Indian. He's
fucking
wearing like a
stunned.
Native American headdress, right?
Do you guys
Amazing Larry.
know the backstory of that though? Because I
Yeah,
found
all
that
of
out.
all
Yeah.
the scenes got cut out except that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what happened was, like the cutting room floor, they cut all of the scenes
Here, I put
that
a
Amazing Larry
picture
was in.
of him in
And
chat
they
if
all
you need
said,
reference.
they had told Paul Rubens, they were like, Paul, we're going to have to cut this Amazing Larry scene because his previous scene in the joke shop is cut, so nobody's going to know who this is. And then they're like, wait a minute, that makes the scene a million times funnier because there's just this random character named Amazing Larry who has never been pre-established in the movie.
It never shows up again.
Never shows up again, who Pee-wee just yells at. So it's a million times funnier.
Dude, his face is so fucking funny.
Is there something you want to share with the rest of us, Amazing Larry?
I love that out of context because his name is Amazing Larry. Like we don't know what about him is amazing. We just know that he is amazing.
He is amazing.
It's like everybody calls him Amazing Larry.
He
It's
looks
like
so
he's a-
fucking fearful.
He looks like he just got caught like cheating on his wife.
He looks evil, yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
like-
That's a cool.
That's
picture.
bad. I want that framed on my wall. Oh, you can actually buy that on Redbubble. Hold on, I'm gonna link this.
You can buy what? Amazing Larry?
Look in chat. You can buy Amazing
That's
Larry on
awesome.
Redbubble.
I'm gonna hang that on
You
my
can get
wall.
you can get a poster of Amazing Larry on Redbubble.
Can you get like
Oh
a
my
cool
God,
tapestry?
This is great.
I think so.
Maybe
Here's
not
you can get
all
print, you
AI
can get
art
canvas,
is
you
bad,
can get
'cause this is clearly AI art, but I do like it.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's badass.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. You can
Let's
get it on
get
a shirt. You can get it on a
Asterios.
shirt, a mug, an artboard print. You can get a canvas. You can get a photo print.
Let's
You
get
stickers.
let's get Asterios a mug of Mr. Fucking Toilet Man, and
That's a good idea, actually.
I'll never drink coffee again. No, thank you, please.
Dude, I'm just saying, if I was in that movie and I saw Mr. Toilet Man, I'd say, yeah, eat my piss and shit, you stupid
yeah, I'd be like,
fucking
eat my
toilet.
shit, you fucking turlet.
Eat my fucking
Eat my damn
shit.
food, damn turlet.
If he tried that shit on me,
What?
he tried that shit on me, I just piss in his mouth.
Yeah. You teach him a lesson.
Dude, that's the thing. You can do that to Mr. Toilet. I could not stop the shifty-eyed dog from The Simpsons, okay?
You
The
can
shifty-eyed dog doesn't
you can
do
fucking-
anything.
God, hey, I've never looked
You
down
can't-
on you more than I have when you told me that. When you literally told me.
No, Joey, I think he did. I think he did one other time.
Asterios-
That's my Mighty Beans story.
Do you know the deal with the shifty-eyed dog in The Simpsons? Like there's a bit in The Simpsons where there's like a shifty-eyed dog and he looks from right to left and he looks kind of shifty.
I mean,
It's this gif right here.
Ham was terrified of this as a
It's
child.
just a one-off joke from The Simpsons. Like
Oh.
and Ham
And Ham
tells us how
literally
much
said
that scared him as a kid.
It's literally a dog looking from right to left, and that
I love the idea
terrifies
of like a young Ham in his mind thinking that dog is planning a terrorist attack or something.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was scared of shit.
I was afraid
like,
it was gonna do something.
I'm just saying, if that was me in that scenario, I would have made him the shifty black-eyed dog. I would have done something.
Yeah, you would have
about
punched
it.
him in the fucking face. You would have said,
Yeah, I
"No,
would've given
bad
him a
dog."
1-2.
I
You
distinctly
said,
have a
"We
memory
don't
of
do
being,
that."
of being a child. I was like 4 years old, and I was staying up late one night watching Courage, and the "You're Not Perfect" scene came on the TV, and it literally scared the ever-loving crap out of me.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly
always-
Dog is just a horror show. It's like
Yeah.
literally it's a horror cartoon.
That never
But they
really
somehow
aired.
got on
That
air.
never really aired for me because, like, I guess like it just wasn't on Teletoon or anything. It never aired for me as a kid because I'm in Canada. So I never really grew up watching Courage. But like going back and looking, I'm like, I could see how this could fuck up a kid.
Oh yeah, it fucked me up. Because that one, the guy that cuts the hair used to scare me. The Return the Slab guy was scary. Because I used to watch Courage all the time, but I was still like scared of it.
Honestly, you want to talk? Oh, sorry.
Oh no! I was gonna say the thing for me, and then unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I gotta go in a minute just because I have like a 7 a.m. bullshit work meeting
Oh,
again
that's
at this
fine.
company
Oh,
that
no.
like doesn't need employees. But
Yeah.
It's fine. We've been going for just a bit over an hour.
Yeah, I remember like when I was young, They Might Be Giants released a music video for Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I was in this weird position where I'm like, I love the They Might Be Giants Courage the Cowardly Dog song, but the cartoon itself like terrifies me beyond reason. Because it's like, that dog's out there all by himself, no friends, no backup, trying to protect these humans who like don't appreciate or can't even understand what he's doing. It was a nightmare.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's
His
a
attic
pretty-
scares me too because it's literally just the creepiest wooden attic and like one computer, and it's like, oh, this is creepy up here. What's this?
The
It's a pretty
computer
bleak,
sounds
like,
scary.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about Courage is just the sheer like skewedness of it, where it's like you're completely isolated and it just doesn't, nothing in it feels real.
Yes. Yeah, it just seems like inescapable because like they always it's like the cabin they're in is very remote. Like it's not like they're in a city or a town. Like it's nothing and monsters and Eustace and Muriel who hate you for some reason.
Muriel
He's
didn't
bad.
hate him.
Ah!
Muriel loved
Okay,
Courage.
no, I guess
No, Muriel actually loves Courage, but
No, I'm
Eustace
sorry.
is-
I
Oh,
guess
Courage.
You're raising a good point.
Oh, the things I do for love. Oh.
Wait, now you guys keep talking about America. American Dad is my favorite television show. Like just today.
Oh, we have a happy little
Clearly,
queen
because you were in it.
Oh, that character. I know.
Oh, somebody else has brought that up to you.
I
Somebody
mean,
else has
my
brought that
whole
up to you.
life, because remember,
Dude,
remember, like,
I
American
saw
Dad
it and I was
is
just like, I
17
can't
years old.
unsee it.
It's
No,
like-
because that character's recent though. This is the thing.
No,
They only
he's
started
not.
using that. Is it?
he was a background character for a long time. Like obviously, I think in like the last season or the season before, like they did that cold open where we hear from them in like a little documentary. But no, that character's been around as a background character forever.
I've been watching a lot of American Dad again because I dropped off for a while. I used to watch it religiously, like when I was younger, and I started watching it a lot again. And I just started noticing that character pop up as a background model in like the newer seasons, but I've never seen him in anything before like season 12, I want to say.
I don't have his first appearance. All I know is like people text me that guy.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's so hard not to unsee because I'm like, dude, that's what I think of when I see that character. I'm like, oh my god, that's Asterios Kokkinos.
Yeah, I imagine that it's like, see, because when I see that character, I think of what's his name? What's the name of that guy who used to be on SNL? Horatio Sands. I think of Horatio Sands, and everyone I know thinks of me.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, but
God.
Just today, I was showing my fiance the Harlem Globetrotters episode.
Oh, that's such a good episode.
I know.
Dude, the episode that I watched recently, there was one that killed me. It's the one where Klaus is really into Haley's friend, and Haley's friend Danuta, and she wants to fuck Klaus. And they do the bit where Klaus calls her on the phone, and it's like the most chilling phone call ever. He sounds like a stalker. I saw that the other night, and I literally just broke down. It made me laugh so hard.
He's like,
Danuta,
do you eat?
Do you eat? Will you go there?
Will you go there?
I've got the money.
Danuta.
I've got the money.
And doesn't he end it with
No, the weekend is a singer.
No, the ending, he goes, I've got the money, and then Haley grabs the phone away from him and breaks it over the counter.
Exactly. But I love
so fucking funny.
Danuta comes back. There's the wedding episode where
there's a recurring character where they kill her off in that same episode and then just bring her back and don't ever explain why.
Yeah, just like that.
At the end of that episode, the ride she's on explodes and she dies.
Yeah, but then a couple years later, there she is at Chili's because Klaus is trying to pick her up on the rebound, but he's in a superheated bowl that melts down to the center of the earth.
It's so funny.
All right, guys, I'm so sorry. I got to wrap up. But, hey, if anyone who's listening to this, you enjoyed me, you're going to enjoy my show, The Loudest Podcast. If you go on YouTube and you just type in Loudest Podcast Garfield Eats, we have I think it's an 8-hour super episode that's just every time we've talked about Garfield Eats. And so it's just you hear, Nathan calls in, he tells us about Garfield Eats. I go to visit Garfield Eats, then my co-host and I both go to eat Garfield Eats, and we review the pizza, then it closes, then we watch the entire Scooby-Doo Eats, pitch video, premiere video. It's just, we go real fucking deep, and if you're a Nathan fan, I think you're going to enjoy The Loudest Podcast.
Yeah, because I don't actually think we talked really that much about Nathen Mazri on SBC. But
I don't think we've ever talked about Nathen Mazri on SBC.
We mentioned it.
Really?
We mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. But yeah, if anybody's
This time we
listening,
talked about it for an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not clued in and you want to be more, the Loudest Podcast is your repository for any and all intel on Nathen Mazri, Scooby-Doo Eats, Garfield Eats, Nathfield.
It's
Absolutely.
a real trip. At no point will you believe that this stuff exists, but it's I went there.
We all lived it. We all lived at least a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, Asterios, thank you so much for coming on, and for being a returning guest. You're one of our few returning guests that's actually an awesome person. So
Thank you. Anytime. I love talking to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
That's
all right,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Thank you.